Hey guys, this is Poet Spice and I'm here to do this month's edition of Deb Hauck's Embellishments on the 11th. And so I pulled some stuff, I guess this would also count as, crack the vault. So I pulled some stuff out of my supplies. I used some scrap paper. Good. And then some Crafter's Companion stuff. So this is a set from Crafter's Companion where it has a die set. And there's also a stamp set. Let me see. Do I still have this stamp set out? I think so, yes. So they came out with a whole like series of these where you have the stamp, you've got the dies, and then you've got a decoupage pad. So I've had this forever. I don't even know when this came out. Is there a copyright date? I don't see one. But anyway, so I got these when these came out, and every now and then I'll pull it out. And so I used the die and the pad to create 4 of these. And then, of course, there's that. And then I went and played with scrap papers and from my stash and the My Creative Time bows. So they've got the mini layered bow dies and then the fun size. So I just played with those. And I will show you what we made. So I cut out 4 of the decoupage pieces. And I used some foam tape. So they basically are supposed to look like this. So you can see the layers that get cut. And then you put them up on foam. You could also use that thick gel stuff, the 3D gel, or you could just glue them on top of each other, or you don't even have to. So I did one like that. I think I did 2. So yeah, I cut 2 and layered them up. And this one I put directly on top of each other. And then this one I kind of offset a little bit, so it looks a little fuller. So I don't know if you could tell the difference when you look at them. So this is straight on top, and then this is just adjusted so you can see a little bit more on there. So I did those 2. And then I cut 2 more. And one I just left plain. So that's just the bottom layer. Then this one, I just put this piece up here and made that dimensional. And then I just left these 2 plain. So they're just layers by themselves. And then I put this piece, which is what would go on top, like that. So I took it by itself and then I layered it up with the next set. Right there. And then there's another piece that's just the second layer. And this piece would go like that. But I didn't do that because I just wanted it to be alone. And then I did take a second piece, which would be the 3rd layer, like this. And then I did put this piece on top so you can see it has that. And so what you end up doing, if you want, you can of course make them all just the way they were intended. But then if you split them up, right? So you don't have them exactly the way they were. Now you have more pieces. And so you can do something more with your card if you wanted to, or, like this could be on the front, and then you could put these in different places to layer them up in like a different arrangement instead of just like one top of each other. So that's fun to do because then you can just play in multiple ways, or you could leave them all flat and you can make like ACTs or circles or whatever. All right, and then I made bows. Apparently I must be like, obsessed with bows right about now because I don't know how. Like I made bows last time and whatever. So these are basically supposed to be flat bows. And so I made these out of scraps from the other bows I made the other week. So I've got the 2 different sizes. And then I just made them in different layers. And so we got, since the paper was purple with flowers, then it gave, so cute. So there's that. And then of course, like later on, depending on what I want to do with them, I can ink them if I want to, or put little gems in the center, or whatever. You know? You know. So little tiny bows. And then I made some out of the Archivist paper that I used on my other project. So you can see the 3 layers. So cute. And then so I turned it over and I made black bows. So you got your double-sided paper, and I just layered them up to make different black bows. And then of course, you know, like if you didn't really want that, you could go back and, you know, use some markers or something, and or use some white paint if you want that on the edges, or use some like Nuvo drops or something on the edges, or glitter or whatever, so you could change up the way they look. I thought they were cute. So that's what I made for you guys. So definitely go check out Deb and the other ladies who are participating. And don't forget that if you want to participate, go ahead and use that hashtag. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And, you know, yeah. You guys be safe out there. And, you know, the old adage, treat people the way you want to be treated. Because people in this world are nuts. So, yeah, there you go. All right. Thanks for watching. See you guys later. Bye.